Hey, welcome to the Get That Skate podcast. Hey. Yeah, I'm not your host, but I'm Max. I got Jack on my right, which is your host. I got Joshy and I got Scotty as well. And today we're answering questions sent in by loyal fans.
I'll be having, thanks for doing the intro, by the way.
Good.
Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Max.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll be having people sending in DMs all the time. Get this person on the podcast. Get this person on the podcast. And then I'll put up a thing saying, okay, send in questions. You can ask, four of Australia's best skaters any question you want. Not me, I'm talking about Benson, but he went skating. Ask them whatever you want. People are always saying, get Benson and Scotty on, get Jev and Max back on. And then I had like less than 10 people sending questions. The following day, I'll put up a photo saying, real ones know what this board is. And I put a photo of a board I was gripping up. I had over 70 DMs about a Rain Mini. People need to get their priorities right.
I thought it was a brainchild.
Dude.
Wasn't it a 120Y, bro?
I respect the answer that when people sent in saying, is that a Dado 120Y? It's Australian board builder from back in the day. Also, Stephen Dado is a Daniel skateboarding legend. But some people were writing in some very silly answers for the shape of this board. It's very clearly like Avenger style.
Mm-hmm.
But people were writing in brainchild. Someone wrote Comet. It's not.
It's not. It's definitely not. Definitely not.
Dude. So, you boys drove down Friday night?
Yeah. Friday after work.
How's the drive?
No, easy, bro. Just around the block. Yeah.
12 hours or?
Yeah, just under.
Probably all up.
Yeah, all up for sure. Stops included. Wait for Benno to pack his bags because he didn't have like 12 hours.
Bag.
Yeah, singular. If he even packed a bag, I don't even know. I think he just brought wheels. Yeah, quick KFC stop. Obviously, you need to do that. Yeah, 12 probably. Yeah.
I wish you guys could have come for longer, but there's always next time.
Always next time, 100%.
Yeah, next long weekend or something.
Yeah. Good idea.
Maybe we'll try and do something.
I was saying to Milo, if I don't go to the Philos, which I still hope I will, but if I don't, we might come up that way for like a week.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Just
I
stack
am
it up.
around, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we had some questions sent in, and a lot of them I haven't fully listened to the whole way through because I thought we'd just save it for the podcast. So some of them could be great, some of them might not be great. And people wrote in questions too. You got a bunch of questions sent in.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Mr. Lachlan Braheny. Shout out to Lachlan. Straight up G.
Shredder.
He has a question for Benno. What made you come up with the chopped can thaka, and why don't you get credit for starting this new trend with weights and chopped boards? Benno is the mage. So I want to do a completely separate podcast with you, Scotty, and Benno on the weight topic. We'll save that for the future. But we've got some, I hope my Bluetooth's connected. We got some questions sent in, so I'll play them now.
Question for Scotty and Benno. When are we going to see a mage switch edit of both of you? It's been a hot minute.
Switch edit.
I don't know. Need to do it, I guess. Fucking. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Who you stacking? You're stacking clips with Jaws all the time?
Yeah, but I don't skate switch much anymore.
I have not seen you or Benson in switch in a very long time.
Yeah.
People asking for it.
It's just scary.
Whip out the Bowie.
Yeah, fucking.
Get the full sim setup.
Dude, I was proud of myself for skating the local hospital car park in Switch on my Comet Cruiser. I got to the bottom. I felt like I conquered the world.
No,
I
that's
felt like
hard,
Harry in 2019.
That's better than I did.
I didn't do one slide. I just rode down the car park in Switch.
Oh, my man.
I still to this day have never done a switch 180.
Really?
Never.
See, I've got that up on him. I have.
So you're
That's
in Switch and then you bring it back?
He just
No,
or you
no,
just haven't done a
doesn't-
180 and then skated Switch?
Yeah.
He just doesn't go into switch.
I don't even believe
did,
that.
I did kind
Yeah,
of lie.
surely.
I remember when I was like a major grum, I'd do like
Kinda lie.
switch Stinkbug 180s. like hands down. But stand up, never in my life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
maybe this is the year.
Scotty, who are you filming with a lot?
Jorts.
Okay.
Yeah, BSGC.
BSGC. So then explain to the people who's BZTV.
BZTV's Benny, who I live with.
Yep.
And we want to make more videos and shit, but just need to get the camera sorted. Yeah. He lost
And the
his
license.
yeah.
Wait, do you just need a camera?
No, he's got a camera, but he lost the charger, and we've just been.
Boys, I live 20 minutes away. Just like ask for a camera and I'll just give you one.
Yeah, what?
Like whatever. Yeah. Just hit my line.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I know you're like away from messaging any single person ever, but like, you know, you can just be like a wee. You know?
Oh, cheers, lad.
No.
Good drop.
I got you. No, I don't. No.
It's good.
All right. We have.
Oh shit! It's
Dope. And
Wait, no. When you play a message like for a second, it stays at
It
that
stays at
one
that.
for a second.
Yeah.
Let me
Wait,
get it
who
back
was
up.
that?
Do a leap.
I know who that was.
Do a
Yeah.
leap. Okay. Question.
Yeah.
This one goes out to my boy Jevi. Tell us about your time in Europe and why you've been staying here for so much longer. And shout out Scotty for the Vulcan run you filmed. That was insane. Keep it up, boys. I can't wait to come to Australia in a few years. And can't wait to see you again in June. Jevi, I miss you.
That tease.
Tease, absolute legend, honestly.
Proper.
And rumor has it that he is trying to come and spend like a solid, extended, maybe 6 months, year here at
Out
some
here.
point in the
Sick.
future,
Hectic.
and that'll be amazing. I don't even know where to start. Like, so I went to Europe just for the casual 2 months Euro tour, and ended up getting home 7 months later. It wasn't entirely in Europe. I stayed after the Euro tour and then like hung around, went to some events, went to Turkey, and then like to South America, and then back again for another month. So it wasn't all there, but like I just fell in love with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fell in love
And
with
I
Europe.
mean, I've been there so many times, but I guess after like after COVID and just being stuck inside, or
Yeah, of
stuck
course.
in Australia, like I love this place, but
I think I
always wanna
touched
get
on it
out.
on another podcast when you were over there that we sat down and did, but it was nice to see, and hear as well that you kind of just said like, screw it, I'm staying over here. Because I've seen you over the years do lots of travel primarily for events and then come home.
yeah.
Where I was like, when I heard and saw that you were just like staying over there and just living life and enjoying it, I was like, hell yeah, that's
And
amazing.
It was really cool in that regard too, because I hadn't, like I'd sort of lived in places around the world for like extended periods of time, like trips and stuff. But like you said, usually, at least in the past 5 years, it's just been like go to events, come back. And so to actually like settle in and sort of just live was really cool. Just go skate with the locals, find out like all the real low key events.
Yeah,
There's so many low key events in Europe, always, every weekend.
love
And
events.
yeah,
Where were you staying?
Innsbruck.
Okay.
And that's a whole other
Yeah,
bag
I've
of
heard.
worms.
There's a lot of people in Innsbruck.
There is a lot of people in Innsbruck.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hub.
Yep.
It's really cool. It's like
Any shout outs to anyone in Innsbruck?
literally, okay, so you have like one core skate house, which is Jenny's house.
Yep.
And in there you've got Joe, Ale, Vesna, and then you have another skate house, or it's not really a skate house, but you have a bunch of skaters. Mo, Ollie, Danny, and then you had Teese there. There's heaps of people.
Yep.
Heaps of people there, and they're all just the best, and they really made my life great.
Love that.
So shout out to everybody there.
Shout out everyone
Yeah.
there. keen to get back to Europe and experience some of the Innsbruck life because I never got to go to Innsbruck last time. So
You have to go.
I'll be tearing
Yeah,
it
it's
up.
fun.
For
Like it's
sure.
compulsory.
Yeah.
It's so good.
At this point,
It's unreal.
So,
Are there many roads in the area?
endless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You skated most of them, hey?
yeah, they're all amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And, like all around as well. There's
Yeah, like
they're
just
off
locally, you got all those roads, and then like in Austria, like 2 or 3 hours, you have some of the best roads in
Hectic.
Europe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you skate Grossglockner?
I didn't actually skate because when I first got to Europe, I actually dislocated my shoulder.
Yep.
And so I didn't skate for that month, but we went there and I drove all the boys' runs, and that place is magical. That's
Oh yeah. Did you get to skate it?
Nah, my toe was fucked up.
Oh,
Dude.
no.
What about you?
I haven't even been.
Funnily
That's
enough,
why I'm going back.
when I
That's
went to
sick, though.
Grossglockner, I was broke off too.
No,
It's just
bro,
like it's like they don't want Aussies coming
They
there.
don't
or
want
something.
They don't
But
want
that is such a magical place.
Dude, I got to watch
That's
Zach Mills
phenomenal.
Goodwin and Jack Mulholland skate down there, and I was just like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Tractors driving up,
Yeah,
cows off to the side.
Harry's run is sick.
yeah. And Oscars.
Dude,
Yeah, Oscars as well.
who filmed Harry's run?
The Magicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out them.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We got another question sent in from Mr. Pat Welsh.
What up, boys? Didn't mean to send that crying face, but what are all the boys' favorite cocktails and why? And Jack, what do you drink around the boys? Are you a liquid death type of guy? You drinking a mocktail? What are you doing? And yeah, love you boys.
Love you, Pat. Thanks for sending in the
Fantastic
question.
question.
That's a big cue.
And he's remembered that I don't drink alcohol. So
Yeah, true,
yeah,
true,
when I'm in
true.
the States, Liquid Death actually blew my mind. We don't have
What
it here
is-
in Australia. It's soda water, but
Yeah.
it's like incredible. They just
Okay.
come out with new flavors.
Okay.
So yeah,
Proper-
Is it
proper
brand?
good.
yeah, it's
proper
actually
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
And they just do still water as well in a can,
Yeah.
and it's crazy.
Okay.
It's just better all around.
Liquid death.
But nah, I'm
It actually
I'm a
just
soda
kills
water
you.
drinker.
Yeah.
I used to drink a lot of Coke Zero, and then I realized that there's something in Coke Zero that gives you kidney stones, and I had them 3 times, 3 years in a row. Super painful. But what favorite cocktails, boys? The important
I'm
questions.
rattling through my brain.
Margarita for sure.
Right into the mic.
You on the margs.
Yeah.
Like margs is such an
Yeah.
easy pick. I
They
don't know.
just get you going good.
I'm somewhere
Sure.
between a espresso martini
Yep.
or like a Moscow Mule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That-
Oh,
I can't
no,
go past
dude.
him,
What about you?
honestly.
Bro, honestly, like, I'll drink whatever, but, like, if I have to pick something, like, off the rip, like, start a night out with espresso martini, 100%.
Okay.
Get the caffeine hit in, get the vibes up, you know? And then I think, like, if I'm feeling super adventurous, go on with a zombie or something. Just to plant yourself, basically, because there's so much alcohol in that. There's so much alcohol in that.
Do you
I don't
remember
know.
a Sydney skater, Patrick Hurrell, from back in the
Yeah,
day?
yeah,
Yeah,
I know
of course.
Pat.
So
Yeah.
he just, Duddy's super tight with him. He just opened up a rooftop bar in Glebe in Sydney.
No
Oh, shit.
way.
It's hectic, dude. It's like
So we going?
multi-story. Yeah, we can go.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should
Right
just
now?
do it.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
the
Take the body with us.
He opened up a bar down there, and we went. Duddy took us there. Took Jaden and I there after we went to this gig in Sydney, and they're like, "Oh, get a mocktail." And I'll get a mocktail here and there. You just get pineapple or whatever. But I was like, yeah, I'll just try something crazy. And I got a Virgin Bloody Mary, and I just want to know who thought of putting Tabasco sauce in a drink,
Yeah,
bruh?
yeah.
Or worse,
But-
just the sauce in a
Oh.
drink.
But do you
bruh.
like it?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
they're making it, and
It's
the
so
lady was
good,
explaining it to me, and I'm standing there going,
There's
this is gonna suck. And it was actually
There's
Pretty
this
good.
place. There's this place up in Brizzy called the Gresham, and like their signature is a Bloody Mary, right?
Yep.
Dude, like, I when I went to Vancouver, like in 2015 with Tony, and Tony just used to pummel them back, and I had no idea what they were. I'd
shout
never
out
seen
Tony
them.
Graves.
I'd never seen them, literally.
What are the ones they have, and it's like so popular in Vancouver, and they all order them, and like they just have like bacon on top. They have they have these loaded ones.
No, I was with Tony, so we didn't do that.
Tony definitely ordered these.
No, but
things.
whilst I was with
Or
Tony,
the-
we didn't do that. No.
I can't remember what they're
But
called.
you're
But
right.
they're manic.
Yeah.
Who sits there at the pantry and goes, Tabasco
Yeah.
and Worcestershire sauce, bro.
It's almost inspiring to just go whip something up.
Yeah, but
You
no, it
never
tastes
know.
so good. Wait, extra spice or nah?
Yeah, I got extra spice.
Yeah.
A little
Man,
olive
man of
in
culture.
there.
Yeah. Ooh, wait, what?
Shout out to Pat for that question.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
Pat needs to
That was
come to
good.
Australia.
You need to come to
Yeah.
Australia, bro. I've known you long enough. Yeah.
Which leads me to my next question. This is one that was typed in. The typed in questions, they're good, but a voice message just makes it so much more entertaining. So if you listen to this, feel free at any time to send them in and we can start doing questions regularly on the podcast. But Ty Top, shout out to Ty Top. Looks like he's living his life at the moment. Looks like
Some
he's
sort
having
of life.
the best time of his life at the moment.
Well, are you at work, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But he's sending a question to you, Max, saying, who is Bob Moore and why should he go to Australia? You boys care to answer that question?
Who isn't Bob Moore?
So Bobby, yeah.
Bobby.
Okay, so
Bob
so,
Honda.
So contact, yeah, Bob Honda, Bob Moore Honda dealership. I don't even know him. Like that. Like that's a funny thing. Like just through certain group chats that we're in, I talk to him.
Which
and,
one?
And it shall not be named. And yeah, he's just funny as. And then we like started talking outside of the group chat. You know, just like mingling and shit. He's pretty funny, but yeah. I mean, Jev's met him now. He's a weapon,
Yeah.
a proper
he's a
weapon.
G.
Same as Scotty.
He's funny
Yeah.
as.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah,
pen
and
for
Scotty,
sure.
yeah.
He's
I mean, I know who Bob Moore is. This is a question for the people at home to understand.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Bob's world, and we're just
Bob's
living
world.
in it.
Exactly.
Definitely all living in
Yeah,
it.
that's
When I met Bob, the first time I met Bob Moore was when I went to LA with Aiden. We went to stay over there. And those boys, the whole skate house, shout out to Owen, Frenchie, Pat, Bob.
shout out
Mhm.
Skate Dorm.
They hooked us
Damn.
all up.
Yeah,
They let
those
us stay
boys.
there. They took us skating, took us all around, took us to Jib, all that stuff. And I just want to say about Bob Moore is, speaking from Get That right now and keeping an eye on everyone who's repping Get That the most and who's wearing it. The whole thing is with Get That, like I want downhill skaters to look fresh when they're skating and also be wearing clothing of a brand that actually cares about downhill skating. I keep seeing all these Euro skaters wearing like pallets and that's all sweet and everything, but those brands aren't caring about what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Take note, Tees.
So Bob Moore is probably the number one North American skateboarder who's repping Get That the most.
Yeah, my man.
And
Yeah.
we just have to wait
Yeah.
and see what comes of that because it's pretty incredible. He's
At a
dropping
time.
clips out in Mexico, run and Get That.
Yeah.
He's got like stuff in California, so it's good to see.
Bob is
Yeah.
just straight killing it.
He's
Yeah.
killing it.
He is
Like,
killing it.
in so many ways.
Big
It's
time.
fantastic.
Killing it. Did you want to maybe go through some of the Broms questions that he sent in to you? You can pick some, pick whatever.
Jeez, Bromsy.
Jeez. Oh, I missed that one.
Shout out to Nick Broms.
Well, we'll just start off real vanilla.
Yep.
And we'll go, what was your dream setup as a Grom?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Dream setup.
Well, I had it.
Yeah,
I had
it.
multiple,
Yeah.
which was sick. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
but
the first
before you
one-
answer, I want to just like
yeah.
remember Silverfish. Remember going
Yeah.
through the forums and seeing the board builder groups. Remember
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
Azra and seeing
Which
I
is
don't-
where it started for me for my.
you won't
dream
know what we're
setup.
talking. You won't
Yeah.
know what we're
Scotty's
talking
got
about
like-
right now. But do you remember a dude used to post on Silverfish, of course, but on Azra, it was a German, I believe, board builder called 313 down here.
313. Yeah, 313. The
Yeah.
Like it's
Invaders
not
or
a practical
something.
board for me to ride ever,
No.
but as a
No.
Grom, that was my dream board.
313 was what the, like distant memory just brought up.
Flashback.
Yeah, hectic. But no, I remember seeing like I don't know 2010 or 2011 like the carbon Dilligaff. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and I was like, bro, I gotta get me one of those,
Yeah.
100%.
Did you have one?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I think I had two. Shout out to Glide. Back
Shout out
in
to
the day.
Glide.
They were everything
Release on
for me when I
Beeville,
was
yeah.
growing up. Pete and
First
Lisa-
sponsor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pete and Lisa really like sort of looked after me when I was a Grom. They took me out. They showed me everything and obviously helped me with boards too. And I had the carbon Dilligaff and then
yeah, it's on the wall at your home.
it is. And then red K1s.
Yeah,
And that was like, I remember when I first saw the Silverfish post of like K1s, and I was like, like these just I just need these.
I still remember the
need
picture,
these.
bro.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I remember the picture of the red ones and the picture of the green ones as well.
Greens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I remember Kevin
had
came
greens.
to Newton's, and yeah, look at that.
Yeah, hectic.
It's just sex
There you
appeal.
Do you know how many sets of these were made?
No.
50.
I could be wrong, but I've heard of multiple people that there were only 50 sets of K1s made.
Wow.
I feel like I've heard the same
Is,
thing.
And I know RP's had like 6 sets.
Yeah, I'll be loved.
Shout out to
Sure.
RP.
Sure.
I
RP.
remember, Kevin came to Newton's, maybe 2010 or something, and he won it on these red K1s, and I was terrified little grum. I didn't talk to him, but my dad was like,
Typical Lancy.
it was
Lancy's
like,
got to work.
We really
Lancy's
want these.
in the biz.
And he actually, I don't even know if Kev remembers this, but Dad purchased those red K1s from him, and they were like my first precision trucks on it, and then put them on a dilly gaff, and it was just, I was in heaven like that.
Yeah.
So that was,
Hectic.
was that your dream board as well?
Yeah, I was living the dream.
Scotty?
Mine was the Descent Bowie knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you end up getting one?
Yes.
Yep.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
yeah, we
and
did.
K5s.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're right. What are you riding now?
Dana. Descent Dana.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Got ran over by someone yesterday.
Yeah, some.
Partially.
No, I didn't.
They might have to send you a new one.
Possibly.
See what happens.
Nah, company swap.
Yeah, mine. If I'm going far back, it's probably those 313 boards blew my mind.
It was a 313 in beta, right? Was like their main one.
Yeah, they did
I don't
slalom
know.
boards, and then they
Yeah.
did like a line of downhill boards. But I remember the graphics, like the 313 on the board was gold flake.
Yeah, Golf Flake, yeah.
It was in that time of like
Yeah.
when We Funk were making crazy boards.
Yeah.
But really, my the question was
What was your
dream setup. It's the Bomb Hills. I've spoken about it on a podcast before. Hold up.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Probably my dream board, and I've got one now. So super happy about that.
Lovely.
Next question from Broms.
This will be funny. Yeah, we'll do this one because it'd just be funny. But who in the downhill scene wasn't asked to you growing up?
Who wasn't nice to you growing up? Who cool guyed you?
I didn't really have anyone, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was just.
Scotty's.
I was gonna say Scotty cool guyed me.
Cool guy to us,
Yeah,
actually.
Scotty cool guy to us. Scotty's new age.
Isn't there a funny not knowing an important skater story that includes you?
Oh, there's a lot.
There's a
of
couple.
those.
There's a couple, but there's one that I remember really well, actually.
What?
It's even funnier that he doesn't remember this. But
It's happened so many times.
at the
like,
start of Euro Tour,
people talk.
James Kelly walked up to Scotty. We were in a bar of sorts. And James walks up to Scotty and he's like introduces himself and then like takes a picture with him, and then we kind of like, dude, do you know who that is? And he was like, I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
No.
James was like frothing Scotty.
That's
and like,
hectic.
No, but I remember him introducing himself, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like sup?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm James," and I was like, "Oh yeah,
James who?
nice to meet you." And then like took like a solid 5-10 seconds, and I was like, "Wait a minute, guys, is that James Kelly?"
There's an iconic photo somewhere of
Yeah.
the two of you.
Yeah, there
that,
is.
that is a sick story, but we're not saying that he wasn't asked to you. But
No.
the
Not at
question
all,
was
no.
from Nick Broms, who in the downhill scene wasn't asked to you growing up?
I definitely grew up in the era of grum abuse.
Yes,
For sure.
and it was.
And I
I think there was a higher grom abuse
No
cases
doubt.
in Australia.
No doubt. And like, I think I got it less than some of the other grums around me. I remember like Kelly Carter.
I was gonna say Kelly Carter used to
Grom.
cop it. dude.
He used to cop it real bad.
I never saw
But
it,
you
but I
know,
just
like,
heard about it.
yeah,
And when
it
when
was-
you hear about it in a different scene, you're like, okay, yeah, kids
It
getting
was,
shit
it
ripped
was
apart.
serious. It was serious. But you know, like, it wasn't really abuse, and they did more good for me than bad. But like, you know, Jacko could be pretty like
Jacko for sure. Yeah.
harsh.
Would you
in
say
some
tough
ways if
love?
you were-
Yeah,
it
tough
was a
love.
tough
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like same with like Benbro
Benbro.
and like Rob and Yates used to abuse me a
Yates,
bit,
dude.
but again, like it was all love.
It was all good.
And it
Yeah,
was-
I
it
feel
was-
I feel that, and
it
I
was
just had a flashback of when Benbro drove from Murray's Beach, we're gonna go to later, all the way to Hopkins for this like Gromtos birthday celebration, and he gave Ian and I a lecture the entire like 2-hour drive because we foot broke Mongo. We were 15, we were 14, we were
Yes.
just starting, but yeah, we got in trouble for not being able to foot break.
That's good.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's
fair
bad.
enough too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
Do you still foot break Mongo?
Of course I do. Come on.
no. You didn't get abused that enough. That is funny.
Anything you want to add to that, Max?
No, I just still think like I don't know, like in Brisbane it was just funny when we used to like go out with Chad and like Michael English and shit because like it wasn't abuse, but like I'd be like, no, I ain't skating that. I definitely thanks. I ain't skating that, and then like Chad would be like, either like lock the doors, or be like, "Come on, bro," and then he'd just like drive so close up behind me, like that elbow session when I got ice cream cones putting my ears, bro, was the funniest thing ever. But
We need to find that video.
So
you're a victim of bullying.
oh yeah, hard. But like it was good. 'cause we still
Chad,
skated a bunch
like,
of sick shit.
Chad got such a kick out of abusing you specifically.
Yeah.
Like, it was fantastic for him. He loved it.
Do you think he'll ever get back on the board?
Chad?
He still skates every day.
Yeah, he still
Yeah.
skates.
He doesn't do much downhill. We got him out once a while
to
ago.
fly a FPV for
Yeah,
us.
and he skated at Brimble and then flew his FPV around with us. But he
Yeah, that was
he
sick.
does a lot of other stuff.
Yep.
He's heavily into climbing. and stuff,
Multifaceted
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have another question from. Where did it go? Joris. Joris_Zimmerman on Instagram. Shout out to Joris. Is it
Oh,
Joris
shit.
or Joris?
Yours.
Joris.
I saw the boys again last year.
Yep.
The twins, and
finally-
they were not like
Yeah.
shit groms.
And I finally
Holy
saw them
fuck.
separate.
Is he a
Yeah.
twin?
And
Is he a twin?
they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
identical.
And they both skate?
Monix.
I don't know if you had anyone from where you're from, but there's two sets of brothers on the coast. So Jaden Spake and Nick Georges are stepbrothers, and then Austin and Miles Jones were brothers. And they were the hardest skaters because they always had someone that they could have competition with. Like
Yeah.
if they do something,
Like-
then they'd have to one up them.
You could say there was a little bit of that with like Will and Chad,
Yeah, Will and
to,
Chad.
to some degree.
Are they brothers or
Sure.
cousins?
Cousins.
Cousins. Yeah.
I like heavily involved in
Yeah.
downhill at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the question from Joris is, what event from each continent is most worth skating? So maybe just like, if someone is starting downhill and they're getting serious and they're ready to go racing, what's the number one race that they need to go to, and what's the number one free ride that they need to go to,
Okay, well,
in your opinion?
Newtons.
can I just like rattle off? Oceania, Newtons.
Yep.
Asia, Seaside.
Still haven't done Asia, but yep,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
me.
I've only done Philippines basically, so I'm just gonna say Seaside,
Yep.
which is
That's a
sick,
good one.
which is so
Dope
good.
road, dope road.
Europe, Vulcan. The States is difficult, or like North America is
Yeah.
difficult. There's like a lot, but I mean, I have really good memories of skating in Boulder with Tanner and Davis and stuff at Flag. Like Flag was dope, but event wise, like
Well,
Devils was so good.
incredible.
Yeah, Devils was mad. Rollo knows what he's doing, so like that was
Killington-
sick.
Shout out to-
Killington,
shout out to
Mike
Rollo.
Gerard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me they're the top two because we've been back to Killington a bunch, and Mike is like really, really, really good at what he does.
Yeah.
And then South America, I haven't had the pleasure of like actually skateboarding at
Skating
an event.
in.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Thoughts on the Punta Negra track?
Loved
It
it.
was fun, bro. Yeah, I
loved
was
it.
taking
Yeah.
my cheeky laps at the end of the days, and it was fun. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, I got
It
to skate it
was-
for like a week before the event.
Yeah,
It's just so fun. Duddy
Yeah.
and I are ripping down that together.
yeah,
much better than a lot of us expected, I think,
Mm.
especially for racing.
Mm.
Like it was a lot more technical than anticipated, which is it was really good. I really
Yeah.
liked it. Yeah.
Dude, that was such a good time.
Mhm.
Wish you were there, Scotty.
Mm.
Jev, what about you?
let's not talk about it.
Similar. So yeah, Newton's I would say like the problem is that there's so many good events that just aren't anymore. That they're just not happening. Because I would say like Arirang in South Korea was like probably my favorite Asia race that I've been to.
Yep.
But Seaside's really nice, especially if you're like getting into it. And I'd say that's much more likely to happen again than Arirang. I don't think we'll ever get that again. I'd probably say from more of a beginner standpoint, like Kozakov you should probably do it, like at least once.
Yep.
Because it's really cool. It's super race car. Like, yeah, the road's kind of getting outdated, but it's still unique in a lot of ways.
See, as someone, like we've been doing this for a long time, and there are crazy roads around the world. You know, the Vulcan, which is starting to, there's been like 5 or 4 Vulcans now, something like that. But I always think about like, what are the roads that you just need to tick off your list, whether they're the best road in the world or not. Kozakov, in terms of racing Kozakov, I feel like you just need
racing
to.
history, you need to tick that.
And I also feel the same
you
about
need to
that with
understand.
Maryhill as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
You just have to go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And try
It's
it
just-
out.
Mary's
just-
great, but yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just got there's just been so many events. It just has the history that you should probably do it
Yeah.
at least once.
For
Yeah.
heritage
Yeah.
events.
Experience
Yeah,
that
for
history.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
You did last year, right? You went to
Yeah.
Maryhill.
Yeah, you did what,
You
2 runs?
yeah. I
Did
was
your
the
ankles
biggest
twitch?
fan.
Go to
You were
Maryhill.
bent, yeah. He was
What the hell? Okay.
You
Nice.
bricked or something earlier.
Yeah, my knee was all
Cool.
Wiggy.
cooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Hectic.
Tepe.
So we got a question sent in from Jason King.
Yeah.
Haven't met Jason King, but I'm sure you guys will like this question.
Yes, boys. Been listening to the potty for a little bit. Getting into longboarding a bit after surfing my whole life. Pretty
Nice.
sick potty. Anyway,
Places.
just wondering, is it pretty common for all the crew to be on the Bugue all the time? I know you guys mentioned at the what is it, Tepe and Tacos. Someone was in a tent at the back of the party on the Bugue. It seems like heaps of crew are on the Bugue.
Allegations.
I'm just wondering if that's what it's like, or it's just the Brisbane guys and perhaps Victoria guys, or
Yeah, it's
what's the
just
deal?
Vic. It's Vic.
Okay,
All right.
There's
that's
this-
I
funny.
don't touch this stuff. I've been straight edge since I was a young boy. But boys, speak on it.
I mean, I'll speak
I-
openly
I-
about the culture.
Yeah.
Were you about to back up from that?
What?
Were you about to admit to it, or
What? I don't.
you did these ones. It felt like you were backing
Yeah.
up from it.
No. I no longer partake.
Yeah. I no longer
So,
partake.
but like it is. There's a big culture around it. I feel.
Yeah.
For sure.
Skating and smoking
Worldwide.
is just hand in
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah. Worldwide.
Yep.
No doubt. It's no one
Definitely
place.
worldwide.
Like,
There's just bigger offenders than others, obviously,
Yeah.
which is fine. Whatever. But yeah.
It's good
It
in
happens.
moderation.
Yeah.
I just want to know what he's talking about. That the person that was sitting in a tent the entire night of the Tepe and Tacos party
yeah, what?
on a chair
An
inside
Australian?
of a tent. Yeah,
Fake
an
news.
Australian.
Were they from like Queensland?
Yeah, they're from Queensland. They shred. They ride like for seismic wheels. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, who was
I've
at?
no
who was
idea.
at?
Yeah.
Who was
yeah.
at
Can we get a
Tepe?
list of Tepe riders and we
From
can just start
Queensland.
ticking them off?
They had blue hair or something at the time.
Potentially.
That's
Yeah.
blue hair.
I don't know. Actually.
Yeah,
No
anyway,
Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, did you want to speak on that, Scotty?
Did you hear about that?
No comment.
No comment.
Okay, fair enough.
Another one
Yeah.
from Jason King.
Yes, boys. One more question, but Jack, you got to play the Bugue question first.
I did.
It's a question about skids. Most of you guys are all pretty good skidders. Just wondering when you got good enough with your skids to be able to tackle large hills and when you felt comfortable. Was there a tipping point? Was it finding a good spot, skating with other good skidders? Or was it something like equipment, like precision trucks or something else? Curious to find out.
A lot of people think it's precision trucks.
No, like the precision. Yeah. the precision trucks is the 5% that you don't need to look for when you're starting out.
That's
Skating
what
with
I would
other
say,
people
yeah.
is the main thing.
Huh?
Skating with other people
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
most
yeah.
important
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I would say the gear has, like, it helps, but when you're
Like invest in good
if
wheels.
you can't
Yeah.
already like
Yeah.
do the thing, they're not gonna help you that much.
Yeah, no.
It's like skating with other people. It's consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely skating with people better than you. That's
Always.
That's the
Mhm.
quickest way to
Always.
improve, especially if they want to help or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there was a tipping point for me because when I started skating, people didn't sliding wasn't as big of a thing. People still
Yeah,
foot
foot
broke,
breaking.
you
Yeah,
know?
which is what I learned to
And
do
like
first.
we started bombing hills, we couldn't slide.
We couldn't slide.
And
I went
so
to
we were
Newton's, bro, and couldn't
skating like
slide.
pretty big hills and like foot braking or just gripping, and like we couldn't slide. And then like slowly started to learn sliding, and then there was definitely like a point where it ticked over, and it was now the more efficient way to get around.
It
But-
trended,
yeah.
and then it was like you started to incorporate like because like I don't know in Brisbane at least for me like we would like go to straight hills and like slide like window wash your whole way down and stuff, but then it like the tipping point is like where you start to incorporate like that fundamental aspect of it into turny roads
Yep.
and to manage speed. Like that's that's the tipping point, but like the exact point, no idea, but like that's how I started.
Yeah.
'Cause,
But
like,
I wouldn't
yeah.
recommend starting that way anymore. I feel like it's mandatory if you want to skate big roads, especially if they have traffic. You should be able to slide at that speed that you're going and like deal.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you shouldn't really be skating it.
that's it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Jason King, I think he mentioned in the last question that he is just starting out.
It's just starting.
So that he might not have a crew around him, but the best thing to do, Jason, and anyone else that's listening, like your boys said, be around other skaters
Yeah.
because they're going to give you
link
tips.
up, bro. They'll help you
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And just
Like-
find a corner, even if even if you can only skate by yourself. Just find a decent corner, and just consistently smash it out. That's going to be the best way.
Yeah.
You won't be
Always,
world class
like-
off the rip, and
No.
you're gonna learn the hard way sometimes,
Mhm.
which is fine. Like
Yeah,
we all
eat
did.
shit.
Eat shit to know shit.
dude, learn to slide. Do you remember specifically? I'm going to talk about. Do you remember the first time you saw Thane lines?
Yes.
So my first Thane lines that I saw. Actually, I don't know what came first, but I was sliding yellow stimulus O-tangs
Oh,
at a
You were
hill
raised
that I grew up
differently.
near called Suicide Hill.
yeah.
And I was sliding, and my slides were always kind of like a curl, and then like really short curl.
Mm.
And then I started doing them for like longer. And when I saw those yellow lines on the ground, I think I had like one of those hip top phones at the time, and I was taking photos like, holy shit, I didn't know what it was. But I remember in a Concrete Wave magazine, there was an advert for Seishun brought out red wheels.
Red wheels.
And they had really thick Thane lines. They must have been dumpers.
Yeah, they were dumpers.
probably
Dude,
dumpers.
I
Yeah.
can't believe I just remembered Seishun made wheels. But yeah, I saw Thane lines there.
Yeah, dig that one up.
Dumpers, by the way.
What were your first Thane lines? Like when you first saw Thane lines, what were you thinking?
From myself or from someone?
Well, when was the first time you saw him?
From this bloke called Dean DeBortley. Do you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dean DeBortley?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So
Wow.
Dean,
Big
Dean,
dude.
Dean effectively taught me how to ride down hills. Like he was like he lived maybe 2 streets from me. He like went to Newton's in 2009 or 10,
And I think, yeah.
and like just through Azra, like I found out that he like lived around the corner. But anyway, he was criminal, bro. He rode like a 2011 Wolf Shark, and before that like an Earthwing mystery model.
Yep.
And then Buzz trucks and these like,
Oh.
and he exclusively rode Reflex Big Zigs,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And like, even to this day, I haven't really made Reflex Big Zigs like Thane at all. I mean, if I had hopped on them now, it'd
They
be
had
different.
a Thaney Reflex Big Zig, and then they had a batch that wasn't Thaney.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, we used to skate this street that's like next to my parents' place, and it's just like hella banked ridey. Like Joshy and Scotty, I think, have both been. And like I just remember watching because like, I couldn't go from the top. I couldn't even like really go from even halfway. But he would come from the top, like stomp in, dude, and then he was just like throwing out these like these bright green Thane lines, and because the big zigs back then, like they were big wheels, like they like looked so thick, dude, and I was like, holy shit! And you just see for how long he's sliding, like he would slide in, and like there was Thane lines there, but then like it was just like the Thane lines were just like drawn the whole way around the corner, and I was like, dude, I need to do that. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Like back then, I was on like a 9 to 5 and like Randalls and Zombies or some shit, so. Yeah, it didn't really work out like that, but yeah, that's the first ones that I remember for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jev?
So the first ones I ever left were also on the yellow 86A. I can't remember if they were Stimulus or if they were
Durians.
Durians.
The
Probably
bigger
Durians.
ones.
Brisbane was big on Durians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
Massive
first
on
like
Durians.
that was the first like dumper that I ever used.
Yep.
And I remember one day we were just trying to learn. I don't even know where we were, and all of a sudden, again, like the same thing, like yellow Fane, and just being like, "Whoa, I'm doing it!" Because the people
That's so weird.
the people that I started skating with, they could all slide.
Yep.
And so, like the first time I ever saw them was with them, and just being like, "What is this? Like, I don't understand it."
Yeah.
But I really like it. Like something inside of me wants to do this more.
Yeah.
Inner calling.
Yeah.
The first ones that I ever were with the white zombies, the first iteration of white zombies, like the big 76 mil bangers.
Do you remember when
They were
Venom did the set of Sidewinder wheels that were 4 different colours?
4 different colours, yeah.
Did they thaned in 4 different colours slightly?
I think.
Possibly.
Or like one of the wheels didn't.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Scotty,
One
you
figured out
came a
colour.
lot later than us,
Yeah.
surprisingly, but
My first dumpers or like Thane lines that I used were from Dusty's, Magenta Dusty's. Yeah. But the first Thane lines I saw would have just been from Zach.
Yep.
Because everyone when I started was already
Killing it.
yeah.
Throwing down.
Onto it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all killed it.
Zach Mills.
Zach Allen.
Oh, Zach
Zach
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went to school with him and then he got me into
Hectic.
skating.
Did you leave Fane the first day that you skated?
100%.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was not proper Thane because it was on snakes, not like
okay, yeah.
actual dump.
Yeah, true.
Fair.
We got a couple, I think maybe 1 or 2 more questions. This is sent in from Isaac. Isaac's from South Africa. So shout out to all the South Africans because I'm with Milo all the time, but we got some questions from Isaac.
Oh, and I wanted to ask Scoot how he feels about racing with the weight. Did it help him? Did he feel like it was maybe a bit too slidey sometimes, or was it chilling? Like, I don't know. I found sometimes trying to grip super tight corners that it feels like board wants to drift a bit, and I wondered how the goat feels about it.
I feel like I've been using the weight for so long I can't really even like tell the difference. Yeah, or like it feels good for me. I didn't find racing that it felt like I was sliding out like too much or more than other people.
Yep.
I think because I'm light as well, I can like make up the grip.
I was about to say that you already command so much grip.
Yeah, so I like it. I wouldn't say I reckon it'd be better to not have it as heavy for racing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something like more like what you've got, Jevy, or like I know Diego's got like a little weight on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
I saw Shaz has like a really cool weight where he can
he
take
can-
steps off.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's
Cool.
super cool.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, I would agree because
Yeah.
I've raced both without and with. Like, racing with the weight it's really nice. Like
Yeah.
it really adds stability and helps you, just like gives you that like down the road feeling. But I would say it is a little bit less grippy, or it doesn't slow down as much in slides.
Yeah.
Specifically too. On the heavier end, I currently have like 200 grams, and I think that only helps.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Are many
kilo
people
is, like, too
racing
much.
with weights? Because I know everyone's
Yeah.
free riding with
Yeah.
weights, but a lot of people
Yeah.
racing
There
now.
are so many in
Yeah.
Argentina with them. Yeah,
Right.
like
But-
every second board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as
just-
long as
just
your
like
board's under the
smaller
weight
ones.
limit, you can use it.
Mhm.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
For that type of racing, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get on the wave.
I,
I need to go
I-
home, shorten my
I've
waist,
still
get
not
away.
used a weight. I was one of the
Nah.
last crew to jump on like small. Maybe not. No, there's still a few of the boys on wider trucks, but I didn't use a torque block until like last year.
Oh
I don't
my
have. I've
God.
never used spikes.
It's been 6 years or something
Bruh.
since I put on a torque block. Yeah.
Well,
See,
if they were easier to buy, I'd get
Yeah,
another
it's
one.
very
My one's
true.
He
ruined.
did ask me, does Hopper have torque blocks? And I looked at him and I was like, bro,
Probably
Does
not.
anyone
No.
have torque blocks?
does anyone have torque blocks? Yeah.
Another one from Isaac. I actually scrolled up. He sent a few, but I
Who's
forgot. I don't
popping
even know what this one is. So we'll just roll the dice here.
Oh, how's it going? Get that skate. Message for Benson. Why doesn't he have a sponsorship yet? I'm not saying
Straight up.
Banana Wheels isn't a sponsorship, but you know what I mean. Message for Scoot Mano. When are the pro wheels dropping, my good sir? Please, we would absolutely froth to have a Scoot Mano wheel on the market.
Amen.
And further question for the man himself, Max Heaton.
Oh, shit.
Well, sort of message. Just thank you very much for your work, sir.
My
Very
man.
kind.
was awesome.
Shout out
That
to
was awesome.
Isaac.
that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Isaac.
What's his IG?
Isaac TM.
Yeah.
You're welcome here anytime, Isaac. So Scotty.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know.
Where are your pro wheels, dude?
Need to get onto it.
He obviously gets a bit uncomfortable when people talk about it in front of him, but for one of the best downhill skaters, free riders in the world, it's actually crazy to me that the pro model wheel isn't already a thing.
Just about who you know.
It is.
Yeah, and if Seismic is watching, you should really capitalize on that.
Well, we had to get Venom moving with the Harry wheel,
Yeah.
so maybe we could bump our heads together and see what we can get out there in the world for
Pushing, yeah.
Seismic, because it does need to happen.
And like, it's only going to benefit whatever company eventually does it, because the Scotty wheel is going to sell.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
I
People.
wonder like if it would be a good idea to put Scotty on and get that shirt. Don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure
You're in the
yet.
business of making money?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, then don't, bro.
Another one from Isaac. Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, and surely Scoot's got more runs to drop, surely.
Yeah. I've got runs of
Always.
Scotty as well.
It's not about Scoot dropping them, bro.
How many have we
It's
got
about
out?
Jack dropping them.
It's
Yeah.
about everyone else dropping
I
it.
just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
touch
Come
on.
on.
I just want to touch on, like, if there are any companies that watch this, and or just anyone who knows anyone, like, Benson is so
Yes.
unclaimed in that space,
Yeah.
and is
It is
inarguably-
crazy, dude.
He doesn't have a
So
single
good.
sponsor, bro.
inarguably one of the best, like, free riders on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly
And
slept
people
on.
just have no idea who he is
Mm.
because he's just super cash about it.
Well, I said that in the previous podcast. Scotty traveled the world and people knew about him, but now more people know about him, know how crazy this dude is.
Yeah.
If Benson did the world tour like that, I said it, they're like, to me, when I
Yeah.
see them skate, they're neck and neck, bro.
Yeah.
So
See, it's like different ends of the spectrum. Like,
Yeah.
I think you said last night, like, more buttage.
Yeah, literally. He's just got
He's
the
got
best
the-
form
The
ever.
butter.
Yeah,
He's
such
just
good
the
form.
the ultimate
And-
butt of
any
bloke.
companies or anyone that rides for a company and you have input to your team manager or the owner or whatever, Benson
Benson
is
Market.
totally unclaimed. And it's
And
crazy.
It's just so
It's
marketable.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. If Happy's listening, if Rocket are listening in, I know Land Yachts to give him a bit of cash. Dude, I don't
Dude.
think that's a thing anymore, but
It's not.
I'm wishful thinking.
Tease,
But
please,
Tease,
tease,
bro. Yeah, tease, please.
help this man.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
We didn't get many questions.
Which,
There are a few that I'm just not going to play because it was this, what's your favorite wheel? We've answered that 1,000 times. But everyone who's sending a question, that's super helpful because it means we can do more of these podcasts. I've been thinking and saying it for a while. I might even start doing some myself because it's hard to get people over. Like the people that are on now are from 12 hours away. But if at any time the people who enjoy the podcast have anything to ask or anything to say, pass on some kind words like Isaac did for Max, then send them in. I'll flag it in the DMs or wherever you send it. And when the podcast comes back, I can play those questions and have them answered for you. But I think we'll wrap that up, boys, because we're stinging to go skate. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for driving all the way down.
Thanks for having us.
Dude,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
for having us.
As always,
Always a
appreciate
pleasure,
it.
And we will
Shows.
be back.
Shows.
Shows.
shows. Do all that, like, subscribe stuff, and there are new clothes coming soon.
But not crash pants.
I got a photo of a really good skateboard that I'm going to be putting on a Skate Graphics shirt, so stay tuned for that. Roughly, well, when this comes out, maybe a week or two away.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Get That Skate podcast. See you next time.
Eight.
That's
Yeah,
banging. You got content, lad.